North
We
Carolina.
got a good crowd on our first day.
Quilts. And she's come on. How you doing?
And I think everybody knows everybody, but not exactly because we don't know you. And so we just gonna go around and don't you just say your name, say something about yourself, and so that Dinah
Yes, Dina.
will know who you are. All righty. We'll start back there with Sister Lynette. Yeah, you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Lionel Poet. That's not about me. Just that's it.
I'm Claire Walker. Glad to be back.
Yeah, I'm glad to be back too.
And let's say you had what you like about
The
workshop.
Oh, okay. I love the workshop. It was an experience. I learned something I never had done before, and it was great.
Okay.
Well, I learned how to quilt. I made 5 quilt sets today. Come down here.
Taking pictures or something.
Yeah.
so we can see.
Yeah.
we're good. They
Bring
great.
them in.
Hi.
We got 8 workshops. I mean, you make 5, bring one each workshop, bring us 10. And so you can tell us the story behind the quilt.
Yeah.
I'm Shirley the Fugit, and I like to quilt, and I enjoy coming and having fellowship and learning the stories about why other people like to quilt and the stories of the quilt.
All right.
I'm Phyllis Fugit. I don't quilt. I crochet. But I just like coming and being with everybody.
Yeah, right. We're family.
Hi everyone, I'm Dina Orlinger, and my first time here, I was introduced by Sister Jane, and I'm happy to be here.
All right. We're happy to have you.
Lena, can you quilt?
So
Can you sew?
I just a little bit,
A little bit.
yeah. No,
All right.
my mom sews actually, but I was never interested,
Okay.
so I just do that.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm Jane. Everybody knows me. I don't quilt. I don't sew. I just don't. But I love coming here, and I have enjoyed the fellowship and learning the stories behind the quilt. But you sew more than you used to sew. Mm-hmm. True. It's true. You did a little bit on the last one. Yeah.
You sold more than me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Becky Cornett, and I just enjoy coming, period. I love fellowshipping with people. I'm a talker, so I love to hear stories. And surely just learning the different stories behind the quilts, especially with the older quilts that we had. And I want to mention Miss Katie.
Yes.
Yeah. She, wasn't we blessed to have her the short time that we had her, and listening to the stories behind her quilt. Coming up, I never seen anybody in my household was quilting or never told stories, so I wouldn't have never had a story behind the quilt. So I just think it's probably one of the best things that's happened in Hazard, I think, in a while, to have the fellowship and the gathering of everybody. So really enjoy it.
Yes.
My name is Vivian Clemens, and I don't do neither one, sew, quilt, neither. But I enjoy coming, and I enjoy seeing everybody. And I thought I did something when I made that little pill. For her baby doll. So she's got the little pill for her baby doll.
All right, we.
All right. Okay. All right. I'm Emily.
Bye, Emily.
And I'm learning. I'm learning to quilt.
You might be like Shallow Ratcliffe. When Mira used to quilt, Charlotte didn't really pay much attention to it. She came in here in April of this year took the turning 20 quilt. Now she's turning out quilts right and left. So, you know, after you do so many left classes, you have to be a quilter.
I'll share where I am with my quilt. What I did that I said I was going to make it all the way back to season 1.
Yeah.
I said I was going to make a quilt, but I'll show you where I am in that. How many excited about season 4? How many can believe this is the 4th year?
Cannot, and that I don't believe.
And, you know, stories behind the quilt, I mean, it's growing and growing and growing in recognition, not only here and not only in South and East Kentucky, but all across the country. It really is. So we're going to keep it up. We're going to keep it up. So we appreciate y'all coming out. And I'm going to turn it over here to Kay, and she's going to tell you what we're going to be doing these next weeks.
So, we have done Africa, we have done Appalachia, we have done colors of Africa, and now we are going to do local. Like I said in the group chat, you know, and if you're not in the chat, then just let me know. I can add you, or Emily can. It's going to be local, so we want some local landmarks per se. Nothing too difficult to make, because there still will be a little bit of applicating like we did last year, with the heat bonding and everything, and but it's going to be very not as big. I keep saying that, and this block ended up wider than what I had planned on, but it's going to be local, and this will be the focal block here, and you'll probably know what that is.
Because it sounds like that.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna do. You see how wide it is, and I didn't plan on that. It's just the letters that I had, but I'm not gonna put the side posts on there because I don't want it to be much wider than this. So we might have 2 cornerstones up top, and then the rest of the blocks down on the bottom, and there won't be a whole lot. Right now I have no pen, 5 blocks. So if you can think of more, anything else.
I have a picture of the old daycare that used to be out in backwoods. You might have a picture of that building.
Old daycare that was where?
Out back where the pavilion is. Where the pavilion
Right, Pauline.
is. Yeah. Yeah, we all had it.
Tom might have it. Yeah.
City Hall or up here to the, yeah, we need to do that, I think, basically.
They might have some other things. I would love to see a picture of the bridge, the swinging bridge.
Yeah, I would see the race win.
Oh, that would be good.
But right now, and we want to think of things that's not too difficult to do. So right now we've got this one. We have one, out there. It's got down here established 1844, but I want that to be its own block. Established 1844. That would be a block up top, and then Queen City would be a block up top. And then we've got the Mother Goose House, Cola's Black Gold, and 606. Now, do we have a water tower that says hazard? Is one of our water towers?
Yeah, that was tower up there.
Okay, so we would do a water. I thought it did, but I wasn't sure. So
That's
we
the
can do a
main
water
one.
tower.
Yeah, it's the main tower.
Yeah, we can do a water tower. Everybody, you drive into the city, everybody always focuses on the water tower. So we can do that. If you think of any other thing that wouldn't be too difficult.
Roddy and Hazard.
Yeah, it's just Hazard, not Perry County. Yeah. So.
I love to get that picture from that backwoods.
So yeah. And that's where we are. Now, we're also going to be doing a prayer quilt and donate it to the hospice center. Something simple. So we should have time to get both done because we're not going to do anything elaborate like we have done in the past. So, what do y'all think?
Sounds good to me.
You hold that up. And so, now, please, come on and tell
Yeah,
us.
you tell her because she bought her.
I didn't know who it was though.
Kim Adams. Kim Adams. There's Pauline Adams. And Pauline Adams. They made the ones that
They made this quilt.
oh, they made this quilt. Okay, are they older people or to the dessert?
Pauline Adams, that's her.
Okay.
She's 90. She was 93.
93. Because this was very old. Like they did it years ago, not late. Okay. And I know it was a family member that did this. I just couldn't remember it all.
So, yeah, Pauline Adams and her granddaughter, Kim.
Okay.
And it's hand stitched.
It's all hand pieced, hand quilted. The only thing machine is what Sheridan did.
She finished
2024. Yeah.
also.
So nobody does hand anything.
Do you know what pattern this is?
No, I do not. It's beautiful though, isn't it? I've never seen it before.
It's good to do with bare hand.
I know. It's all. Look at all this tiny different numbers. And then one. I got it. Oh well. It's if you call it one day, I'm like, oh God. Is it a nail something? And then it's been all quilted. I know it's beautiful.
Yes, it is.
I love it. And the colors, stunning. I just love it.
You see, and that's something that we're finding out. We didn't know about her. We didn't know she could quilt and that she was a quilter. And let alone hand stitch. Yeah, we didn't know that. And we're going to her mom's tons of fabric, and we found
It was a box.
bullets that had the
Silk top.
they call it. It has to be finished.
I told, did I look at it? I said, well, I remember you her mama saying that Aunt Pauline gave them to her to finish. She must have come. Yeah, a lot of quilts are community made. She said just did on house. It's great to get them finished. We'd love to see it come in and get them finished. Then you can either use them or not. I mean, I just left a quilt top. I
think more and more people are thinking about that because there's a lady that I got a message from, and she has a quilt that needs finishing, and she was asking about it. I told her to send a picture so that we can see it, and that's maybe something that we can do during the workshops. If someone has a quilt, bring it in. Let's see the story behind that quilt.
Yeah.
And if we can help them finish it. Yeah.
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 Yep.
That would be great.
So I'll say back home food, you can get the best food ever at the gas station. Any gas station in Mississippi, you could get you a nice lunch. They're going to get you some potato wedges. They're going to get you what we call them JoJo's, which are potato logs. They're going to get you some chicken. The chicken going to be the best. They got ribs. They got everything you want at the corner gas station, for real. And usually it's a hot spot for lunch for our city. So soul food, the South got all the good butter and sugar and homemade pies and cakes, and food has always been a symbol for us of like family getting together and just a happy, joyous time. Food has been there, during the celebration, and also celebration of life, a celebration of birth, both. And I'll tell you specifically in my family, so food is always there, but what the big pull out for my family is usually Christmas. At Christmas, we have everything that you can think of. My mama would make all kinds of dishes, and she'd feature a new dish that was kind of off the wall. Like we'd have goat, one year, in addition to our normal ham and turkey and chicken and macaroni and cheese and greens and sweet potato pies. Gotta have some dressing. Can't have Christmas without no dressing. Well, Mama would make a giblet gravy that would go with that. Cranberry sauce, cornbread, yeast rolls. Then that's just what you got. Potato salad, corn salad. Because of course everybody got to get their favorite dish in there. Everybody telling her what their favorite dish is. She gonna make sure that she has it on the table. And it's not just our immediate family; it's our extended family who will be coming over as well. So if you got a favorite, she knows you like it. You give it to her in time, she will get it for you. Specifically, everything that her grandson would want is on the table. No questions asked. No matter how wild it is, because those boys. So we have all of those things. Then you move into dessert. Caramel cake. I'm talking homemade caramel ice, red velvet with the homemade buttercream, sour cream icing, sweet potato pies, pecan pies, coconut pies, strawberry shortcake, all of this stuff. In chitlins. The bane of my existence, chitlins. But my mom would clean, when our family was big, she would clean 100-pound chitlins for Christmas. Okay? And my little self did not have any. My mom, she took pride in making all of this stuff herself. So I grew up in the house, but I was never fully required to cook it. And I was required to clean everything and set table and make sure that everything was done. But my mama really took pride in putting all the love herself into that until like maybe 2 years ago. Then she started bringing me in. And that's why I say chitlins are the bane of my existence. Because I literally thought I was my fingers tight, white as snow. I thought I was going to lose them. And I had only cleaned like 40 pounds. And she was on to me saying, girl, that ain't nothing. You still got 60 more pounds. And I told Mama, I ain't going to be able to do it. But anyways, getting into my chitlin. But they were good. And my mama wanted you to clean them well. And she taught you how to do it. Because one of the things about it, she did not want anything in those chitlins. And if you know what those are, you wouldn't want anything in them either. So she took our time and we cleaned them and cleaned them and cleaned them again thoroughly. So Mama, she did all the cooking for our family. Now, she would have this cornbread, and I tell you, I wasn't required to cook, but I learned how to make that cornbread just by watching her make it because I loved it so much. She would make it in a cast iron skillet. She would warm that skillet up, put her butter in there, and while she was doing that, she would get her cornmeal, a little bit of flour, a little bit of sugar, egg, and Mama would put mayonnaise in there. And I kept thinking, Mommy, why are you putting mayonnaise in there? But I later found out that it was to take away some of the grit from the cornmeal because she said it upset her stomach. So, you can't ask all these questions because she never wanted me to write nothing down anyway. So you got to be careful about asking no questions. But then we put it in there with some old buttermilk. And this is a difference that I noticed too. So Mama's cornbread that I'm describing will bake up and it would kind of be like a cornbread cake because it would be sweet. She would make it sweet because she wanted all his kids to eat it, and we did eat it. When I came here, the cornbread here is not sweet, but it is good. It's missing that over sugary taste that I'm used to. And also, the cornbread here, Mama would cut it up in these individual pieces. Here, you can literally put that cornbread out the skillet upside down, and guess what? You gotta take your hand. You literally are breaking bread together. This way, you gotta wash your hands here if you want clean hands on the bread, because everybody shares that bread. I thought that was very interesting. First time that I ever had dinner was with Nell Fields and her family. I came here. They're on Kings Creek in Whitesburg, and we all sat around the sat around the table, we washed our hands. All of the dishes were brought out. And she said, listen, we don't cut the cornbread. We just tear it out. And she said, so just dig in there, tear off how much ever you want. And if you want more, you can go back and get some more. And I said, okay. I never done that before. But that's something that I thought was really, really like all the way back to first century, a little bit of just literally breaking bread together. So that's one change, okay? But we always, my mama, she was a homemade lady. She ain't want nothing out no box. She ain't want nothing out no can. She want fresh all the time. She can't get fresh. She wants frozen. Very critical cook. Very, very, very critical. I remember one time I made some chicken and dumpling one time. I was so proud. Took it over there. She said, it's all right, but you need to add in a little bit more of this and a little bit more of that. And she was just telling me, and I was thinking, Mom, I made this food. Aren't you happy? She was like, yeah, but you ain't never cooked. I was like 21. You ain't no cook. You ain't been cooking. So you just got to play around with it a little bit more. But I listened to her too, because everything that lady cooked, perfect. So mommy cooked. I was able to remember a lot of recipes from watching her. She has passed on, unfortunately. The first year that she did pass, I tried to prepare Christmas dinner myself, and I did an all right job. I mean, it wasn't mama, but it was good. But when I got married, she did give me a few recipes, because I guess she didn't want me to starve my husband to death. She gave me a few. And two of the things that she started me off with was her dressing recipe, and her sweet potato pie recipe. I already had the cornbread down, and of course, if you cook, you know that your cornbread is the key ingredient to having good dressing. You gotta have good cornbread. And so she gave me that recipe, so I pulled that out. And then I had stashed some recipes for the strawberry shortcake, which is my dad's favorite. And she tried to teach me how to do some homemade caramel. That is the hardest thing I think I've ever done. Got to stir. So I was able to pull off some of the family favorites with that. But I never realized, I think it was that at that time where I realized that how much love actually goes into preparing food for your families. It's a lot of work. And Mama, now that I was thinking about it after everything was done, Mama was preparing for that meal over a course of like a month, because she would clean all of her fresh greens, and she would blanch them and freeze them. And she would, get all of her corn, the fresh corn, and she would take it out and she would freeze it. But I tried to do all of that stuff in one night. It worked out. It worked out okay. My family was really pleased to have dinner. But it was nothing compared to what she had done. So she did all the cooking. She never made me do it. I wanted to do it. She was like, girl, no, you need to be in the books. You need to be, making sure that you've got all of that down packed, and you'll have time to learn about this stuff later, but you need to go. So I never was required to cook anything. Not until I was married was I really required to cook food, because even when I was in college, I could always go home and she'd always have something on the stove ready. So that was a difference in culture, and it was really just me and her growing up. So I think I was a little spoiled, just a little bit, maybe a lot. So because I was never required to do that. But
How about soup beans?
Okay, let's talk about it. Soup beans, aka pinto beans. So, in addition to the cornbread, difference. Okay, I was coming up. I had some dinner, and I was asked, did I like soup beans? And I said, I've never had soup beans before, but I'll try them. So I brought them out. And I looked at them and I said, these look like pinto beans. Of course, giveaway was they had some onion on the side with some cornbread. This definitely is pinto beans. They taste similar. Down south, usually you will find a smoked jowl or smoked turkey, smoked meat. And with it also, we like to dice onion and put it in there. In addition to have the onion on the side and tomato. Use the tomato too on the side down south. But here it seems like it's soup beans, some seasoning, and down south they're a little thick. Like the broth is a little thicker. It's a little thicker. But here it's a little thinner. Both still tasty. I don't know what they're putting in it, but it is good. So that's a similar food, but it's described in a different way, and it's prepared in a different way. Mm-hmm. And soup beans is just, you can go at any time in any restaurant and get a side of soup beans here. It's like a regular side. And that is not so much in Mississippi. Like if you go to a restaurant or something, you wouldn't typically have pinto beans on there. It's kind of like, more homemade, something that you make at the house. But if you find a few corners of a mom and pop storefront shop, you may find some pinto beans there. Mm. Specialty on a special day, but not like here in Kentucky where you can go in any day and get your order of soup beans with some cornbread and onion on the side. And that really reminded me of home a little. When I did see that, and it reminded me that I'm not so far away from home, because we got those similarities. Now, I do notice that chicken, salt here, you put salt on everything. I saw somebody put salt on fried chicken. I don't think I had ever seen that before. Because usually we would put the seasonings in the chicken and fry it. But here, like you see, they put the salt. They're going with the salt and the pepper. So seasoning your meats afterwards. And maybe that's because maybe a different process. Trying to think of any other cultural differences that I see. What about greens? Greens down south, you're gonna have some smoked meat in it. But I haven't noticed any meat in the greens here. In the ones that I've eaten. I've noticed that they're fresh. That they both taste good, but down south may be a little bit more salty. With that and being meat. Here it's a little bit more like you would add in your own. Both people want to give you some pepper sauce or some hot sauce. Both cultures want to make sure you have those additional peppers. But greens is a good reminder of home as well. I'm trying to see macaroni with tomatoes. Never had it before. Never had it before till I come here. But it's pretty tasty. I'd like to know the history behind it. Because I bet you it's something behind that. And also, the biggest shock to me was these funeral sandwiches. Okay. We are putting together this cookbook for Performing Our Future. And it's a national coalition, and it has 4 delegations. Okay, so each delegation was collecting recipes. So we had this recipe for funeral sandwiches. And I thought to myself, that is an odd name for a sandwich. What is it? So reading the recipe calls for bologna. And then specifically says it has to be like cheap bologna. Got to be cheap bologna. And, mayo and onions. Grind it up, and then you put it on the sandwich and you cut it in little triangles and you set it up. I remember thinking, this has got to be the most disgusting thing ever. I have never heard of this. Okay. Yeah, but we're going to put it in because people like it. All right. I went to a party. Came here, I went to my birthday. It was my birthday, but it wasn't my party. And there was a celebration, and they had these little funeral sandwiches on there. Okay, they had funeral sandwiches, and then they had chicken salad sandwich. Because I'm adventurous, I'm going to try one of both, right? I'm going to try the chicken salad first because I'm familiar. So I ate the chicken salad, it's great. But when I took a bite out of their funeral sandwich, it blew my mind. It was so good. It was way better than the chicken salad. And so I ended up going back up there and get some more. I remember telling my friend about the experience. And she said, see, that blew your mind. I said, yeah, it did. She said, but that's kind of came out of necessity. You know, bologna was the only thing that we could get if you had a whole lot of kids. Because back then they had a whole lot of kids. So you would take that and you would spread it and make do. And just learn how to make it taste good. That's it. But it definitely is a tradition that I never saw coming. So can't judge everything. Can't judge everything about what you see. You gotta just go in and try it. But I had never heard of that before. In fact, I thought it would taste like potted meat from what I was visualizing in my mind. But it's not. It's now that day changed me. Changed my outlook on funeral sandwiches.
In 1864.
1884.
1884. Okay.
Queen City.
In
Queen City.
Queen City. You know I can't hear. Okay.
With a goose.
Taste is really good.
It's really good.
Coal is black and gold.
Very neat.
606.
Does anybody know what 606 means?
It's like,
It is our area code. That would give it's a big movement kind of thing.
Big, yeah, movement, marketing, strategy, where a lot of the businesses, they're putting 606 behind their name then.
yeah.
So that meaning that they're proud of shopping in Kentucky. Yeah, so.
Yeah, we
Like
got
Prime 606.
Yeah,
So they're trying to encourage you to shop local. Just shop local. Yeah.
Okay. What's the next one?
The water tower.
Water tower.
Yeah, the goose.
And you, what was that?
The goose.
Yeah.
The goose.
We got that.
Oh, we got that. Okay. You said something about the river.
And your bridge, we're talking about the river.
Swam bridge.
The swing. She said ringer, the hiking river, the hiking trails.
swim.
You know.
On the same.
What about the triangles?
Kayak.
Where the bridges.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah.
All that money.
Right, let's go into the element yard.
On the bridge. Swinging bridge. We got somebody.
That was the scariest bridge.
Didn't we have
I never went across it.
Yeah.
I never went across it. I kept my church was Sunday. I went across the program. I would not cross it.
Really scary. Oh my goodness. He's scared. You walk across it, it was on that bridge. He would just get on. You know how engineering was they one as wide as a swinging bridge. Anyway. And he just he walk it. He just rock it and laugh.
At that time, was that the only way to get over on the yacht?
That was it. That was the only way, but I thought. But they had I don't know if it was a program or something that church doing all the arts. And Mom was asthmatic. And back in the day, they had to wear like that. She took an asthma attack in the church. And no ambulance could come. Gene Combs, families, Eugene Combs, families. Michael got in touch with Gene. Now, I don't know how he went over to get Mom because I was I was too afraid. But he, as you go up Town Mountain and then there's a road that goes out through there. that wasn't even there. It was like a little pathway. He took his truck and went up that pathway, and I think just the grace of God, because people used to walk on a path. He took that truck all the way down to that church. Now, right now, the path that he probably taken now is where you see Community Trust Bank. That road, that was probably the extension of where he was. So I didn't know there was another way to get there. But Gene Combs got there and got my mother out of took her to the hospital.
Wow. Yeah.
On a walking, I call it, walking path. But I'm quite sure it was smells it.
I think the swinging bridge, I think that would be good on the blog because it represents, the history of our area. And there's so many, one time, so many swinging bridges. And a lot of times that was the only way to get.
There's a lot of homes over on, over there. Susan lived over there. Bob Mary had a store over there. Yeah, she had a little. She I remember. She did. You remember? Yes. Going down here where kids you can help them. I'm telling you, she was.
Oh yeah, kids.
Yeah. They don't taste the same.
My favorite store was on the yard.
It was on the yards now. What store was on the yards? Where Francis, not Larry. Our Mary, Mama. And they feel still there.
Do you remember the name of the store?
She just had I can just remember going in and getting the candy. What they got that big candy? The candy. Yeah.
See, so that's another piece of the history.
But let me tell you, it wasn't like it was like the house.
Yeah.
Now don't get it wasn't like you go into the stores. They had in the store get no hits. It was just like going in their house and step tokens. Back in the day, the little full of step tokens. Yeah.
Back then, that's how it was.
That's how it was.
We think it'd be a pension. You think they doing their hair?
They would do it themselves when they give them little penny tokens for the dance.
That's the way that it was.
It was a lot of houses up on the hills and it was all black. Everything there. Then you changed that. It was not. It was some because I remember the bowling, Maddie Bowling, them lived out at over there. So it was a mix of
Yeah. About some stuff.
Right. See, it's always a story behind something.
Now, there's a blog.
When you read that one, there's no problem.
There's a blog that we need, and I'm surprised ain't nobody thought about.
Okay, wait a minute, hush. Then we'll see. What blog?
I'm gonna guess. Think about, we've named some backbones. Think about the black community.
Where's the rim? Liberty High, yeah. Liberty High. Picture of the Derby.
What you think?
Oh, wow.
Arzo Brown?
Oh, yes.
I don't know. I don't think so. The Brown Derby.
Now, Liberty High, what was their mascot?
Dragon.
Dragon.
The Green Dragon.
The Green Dragon. I've seen some pictures
Where is Liberty?
of that. Some of them pictures that would probably be
The dragon?
on the blog.
Yeah, they were dragons.
They were dragons.
No, but I mean, we know the dragon. Yeah. Oh, yeah. They were people know what it was. I had thought of dragon, the bulldog, but then you're going to have to put. If we go back, you're going to have to fabric with your Navajo. You got family dragons on it. Yeah. But I don't really want all that kind of stuff. No. You don't
Okay, what's another
one of these. Okay, let's see. That's Liberty. Yeah. I still want Arzo Brown.
Arzo Brown.
You had the two black churches. You had Consolidated Mount Zion.
Yep.
Before it was consolidated.
Mount
Olive.
Olive.
Mount Olive. And Mountain
Town Mountain. Town Mountain, the oldest.
Mountain is the oldest. That's right.
Down in the yard. How can we capture that? the church without having to put a block for everybody.
Well, you could make you, if you wanted to do the
Thank you.
3 churches, make
do
you
the
small, one small little church.
It was like that.
Well, just
Actually, more than 3.
I put the names down from the churches that you could think of that would.
Because if you start
Maybe
doing
their
that,
name.
they had
Maybe their name.
2 churches over on. You had the Church of God on Elementary Yards, and then the Apostolic.
Right.
I'll back
That sign is somewhere.
What is
Y'all
that?
Graham bus sign.
Graham.
Somebody has that.
So Graham goes,
Wonder if they have it down at the station.
No, I think the chamber might have it. It's somewhere. 'Cause I was talking to Tim Deaton about that. So we need to find out. I keep thinking of
still like put that kids
it comes out.
Backwoods
It
Head
we,
Start.
of course.
I think years ago, I don't know who had the picture of Mr. Philip Wright at the barber shop. And you know, the old, what do you call the peppermint, I call it, the pole.
Yeah.
And it was large. And he was the barber pole.
Yes. He was in the article. He was in an article.
Mr. Wright.
Yeah, Philip
Yeah,
Wright.
he was
Don't
on
you
the front
remember
page.
him?
Yeah, I remember
I
front
think I
page.
saved that somewhere.
Yeah.
And that was the old barber shop.
The bus station at the bus station.
I didn't remember which place side it.
I thought it's in. Yep.
How's what was that?
Yeah.
You know, that's in a bull shells now.
If you start getting the different stores, you know, like there was Watson's and Dawn and Newberry's. What was the other store?
Kawaja store.
You know, all those private. You know, if you start doing that, you would have too many stores. But if you just had the old courthouse,
Yeah.
you know, you would basically need just a
Well, you could.
downtown picture.
One
There
day,
used to be that old
landmark.
Coal house.
Magic one.
Coal house.
No, a landmark would be
They had a
the,
coal. And right there by the courthouse somewhere.
When Phil's used to talking.
And
where John, the attorney's office is. And wasn't Mount Mary Hospital right on through there?
Mount Mary Hospital.
Mount Mary was
Right there, where the old library over right on the library.
Yeah, that's where I was born.
And then Mount Mary was on one side and Hurstry side.
Yeah, it was on that host.
Oh, okay.
And right behind Mount Mary was the Mount Zion Church. Yeah, and that would sit up on the fence. Right
What
where.
bread store? Was it bread store or Coca-Cola? Is it the
Bunny bread.
Yeah,
From the, where the police station is.
the Coca-Cola plant used to be right across from.
What's the whole of it? We'll give it
That was
down.
right across the street from one here. Right where you see the fire department. Now I'm talking my mama, they ain't even now. Y'all know I don't know. That's when you sit around and listen to people talk. The hole in the wall in the Razor building was right there where you see the police station and on that side.
I swear.
Yeah, all those took the word up. Yeah, that piece of talk. I said, I ain't married. You know she eats drugs. You actually see the store.
I interviewed
Fine, Mary was not.
I interviewed Zed Olinger last year, and I'm working on her videos, and it'll be in season 3. But she talks about that.
Is Miss Zetta the oldest now, besides Miss Donnie? Is she the oldest lady living from our area, African American lady?
Besides Miss Dawn.
Besides, that's right. Because Miss Donnie wouldn't know the history of Hazard, I don't think, because she was from
North
Carolina.
But I interviewed her. I just have to get her story together. Yeah. And, but yeah, she is.
I wished you had talked to Aunt Sadie. You know, we had talked with Aunt Sadie before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
park. They need to do something with it. They really do.
Are they still using it?
Yeah.
Yes. But I think just they need to relook the stuff.
So, hey, what do you expect? Because I know we're not going to sew any today.
Right.
We're doing brainstorming and everything. So, what can they expect next week?
Next week we'll probably be cutting blocks and ironing, and we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty. Down to what we can do. Yeah. Get it all day long. And all day long.